I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to start off with kind of a surprising repurchase, and this is the Telescopic Lift Mascara from L'Oreal, the one that kind of went viral. This one right here. I got the shade Blackest Black 990, and I decided to repurchase this mascara because it's lasted me so much longer than the one that I've been using for quite a while. It's been my go-to favorite mascara, and that's the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational. But I go through these so quickly, and there's less product. I think there's a third more product in the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift in comparison to the Sky High. So it says on the bottom 0.24 fluid ounces in this guy, and then the L'Oreal one has got 0.33 fluid ounces of product. And I've had my original tube of Telescopic Lift for quite a while, and it's still going pretty good. I think I can get a couple more weeks out of it. But I wanted to just get this guy because it's lasting longer, and I find that the formula between the two is pretty similar. I think the biggest difference is the wand, and I get just a little bit, just a little bit more volume out of the Sky High mascara, and I think that has something to do with the fact that the wand is more flexible, and the one in the L'Oreal is very, like, combs out your lashes really well, which is another thing that I really like, because any liquid liner that gets on my lashes, this combs that out, and so my lashes look a little bit more separated and refined in comparison to the Sky High, which can get a little too thick, especially on a new tube. So I think I'm going to switch over to the Telescopic Lift for a while and see how it goes. I don't get any flaking or smudging with this mascara either, which is another plus of the Sky High. But I like the idea that I don't have to purchase this one as much. There's more product in it. It doesn't seem to dry out quite as quickly as the Maybelline one. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to use it. I'll show you the wand. It's got a flat side that holds quite a bit of product on it. This camera here will focus on that side, and then it's got some pretty, they're a little sharp. You do have to be careful not to poke your eye out with this guy, but it does a really good job of like combing out those eyelashes, and I like that. And the wand isn't super flimsy as like the Maybelline Sky High is, so this one's got a lot of flexibility to it. It's also a rubber bristle brush, but it's not quite as long and pointy as the Telescopic Lift is. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of stick with the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift and see if I can get away with not purchasing it quite a bit, because if you've watched my last empties, which I need to do like a 6-month one as well, my bag's kind of full. I want to say there must have been like 15 tubes of that Sky High mascara in there, and I've had this one for, I think, probably 3+ months, this one right here, and I've been using it quite a bit. I do switch off and on with the tube of Sky High that I have open as well, but it's just still going pretty strong. So anyway, long story there. I got another tube of the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. It is the mascara that I have got on with a set of falsies today as well. I also got 2 products from the NYX and Barbie the Movie collaboration collection. So I got the little eye palette, and this one is in the style 01. It's a Barbie Party. It says on the packaging there are 2 eye pigments that are 0.02 ounces per shade, and then 4 face pigments that are 0.02 ounces per shade. And then there's also a mini butter gloss that's 0.05 fluid ounces that's attached to this. And this guy here is made in China. So this is the box packaging. Again, I got the 01. It's a Barbie Party. And I kind of blind bought both of these 2 products from this collection and was really surprised by how small that they are, because they're kind of expensive for how small they are. They're very, very tiny, very compact, which is going to be super travel friendly, but I was really surprised. I didn't expect them to be this small. The butter gloss that's attached to this is tiramisu, and you can detach that as well if you don't want it on there. So this is tiramisu, and the butter glosses from NYX are always a really nice lip product. They're kind of like a cult favorite. And I just got cat hair all over this thing. And then inside you have got 6 eyeshadows. This guy here is a one and done for me. I used every single shade in this palette for a look, and it actually turned out really pretty. I got some really nice compliments on my eye look when I wore this. The shimmer shades are these 2 right here, and they can be a little stiff, so a flat shader works really well, but they have a pretty shine to them. And then there are 4 matte eyeshadows in there. And the quality's pretty darn nice for such a little tiny palette like this. And then these 2 shades here. So those are the swatches right there of the NYX It's a Barbie Party, and then the butter gloss right there. And then I also got the cheek palette. So this has got 2 matte blushes and 1 highlighter in it. There are 3 shades that are 0.05 ounces per shade. So this is what the packaging on this guy looks like. The highlighter is too dark for me to use on my skin by itself, but what I've been doing is mixing that highlighter in with the blush shades to kind of get a satin shimmer out of those two with a little bit of shine to them. And the blush shades are really pretty as well. Like, nice quality on such little tiny packaged items. Like, that would be a good travel cheek palette right there. Go this out a little more. And I think there's only 1 shade of the cheek palette, and there are 2 of the eye palettes is what I think I saw on Ulta. But yeah, little tiny guy. So those are the 2 products that I purchased from the NYX Barbie collection. And then I got 2 new products from Tarte. This first one is the Amazonian Clay palette. There are 6 shades that are 0.038 ounces per shade. And this one is called Big Ego, and it is made in the USA. So it's this guy right here. And they also came out with a large palette. I think it's called Big Ego something or another as well, and I kind of wanted to get that one, but I didn't as of right now, and I'm kind of glad that I did. Maybe the quality is different between the 6-pan and the larger one. If you've picked up both of the new ones, I'd love to know your opinion on it. But this is a different formula in comparison to the duo palettes that came out during the holidays. That was such a really nice creamy buttery formula. This one here, it's kind of stiff and I was able to get a really pretty eye look out of it. It's a one and done shadow palette for me, but I really had to work with those shades because they're pressed kind of hard and they're just a little stiff. So I was expecting to get something along that newer formula from Tarte was in those holiday palettes, but it's just a little bit different. So hopefully you can see in the swatches whether or not it's something that you could like. I did use a pretty stiff shader to get into those shimmers, so to kind of work it up a bit. But I think I think that Tarte can do better. This shade is pretty nice. I guess I should say mainly these 2 shimmers, and then this one here, which is like a black purple with a matte base and some sparkles in it. Those ones are a little stiff shades, and nothing super revolutionary, especially coming from Tarte in terms of the shade range. And then these 2 here. And they're actually swatching quite nice. When I had gone into it, I didn't swatch the shades at all. I just went into it with a brush, and I just found myself having to really go into those shades to pick up that product, you know. And again, they're very standard finishes and kind of standard shades from Tarte. And I was expecting something a little bit more creamy, a little bit more kind of intense, and maybe easier to work with. Again, the look did come out quite pretty, but I had to work with it. So it does have a smell to it as well. I like the smell. It's a slight vanilla scent that is in there. So that's the 6-pan Big Ego palette from Tarte right there. And again, if you picked up the big one, I'd love to know your opinion on that one. I also got the Tarte Amazonian Clay Skintuitive 12-Hour Blush in Energy. It's this really pretty pink color. This guy has got 0.14 ounces of product in it, and this one here is, where are you made? Made in the USA. The packaging is really quite pretty, and this is a stunning color. It's also magnetized inside of here, so you can pull it out if you want. And this is such a pretty shade of pink. It lasts really well. It's got nice pigmentation. It's easy to build up, easy to blend, and it's right on trend with the pink blushes at the moment. It is a matte as well, so I'm super glad that I picked this guy up. It's like just a real punchy, pretty like baby doll pink. So that is the Amazonian Clay Skintuitive 12-Hour Blush right there. And then I was also in Walmart and picked up another one of the CoverGirl in LA Simply Ageless broad spectrum SPF 28 foundations in 200 Fair Ivory. You guys have heard me talk about this product for a while. This one is still sealed. This is the one that I have in use, and that's kind of what's left of it is around the edges. This is my daily eyeshadow primer, and it has been for quite a while. I love the SPF in it, and I love the hydration factor. It doesn't like dry my eyes out. I've got a very dry eyelid, and it primes perfectly for eyeshadow. I get a lot of great results using this product as an eyeshadow primer on my dry lids. So I got another one. It's just my favorite eyeshadow primer, and I also really like to use it for a kind of light medium, also hydrating SPF concealer underneath the eyes. It works really pretty like that as well. And again, love that SPF. So that's the CoverGirl in LA Simply Ageless SPF 28 right there. They used to make this product in a corrector and a concealer, and I loved that stuff, and they discontinued it, and now like that version comes in like a pump bottle of a concealer, and it's just not the same. They need to come back out with those in that kind of version. It's like a smaller pot and it's swirled, but it has more like coverage than the foundation does. I loved that stuff. Also in Walmart, I saw this Finding Nemo display from Makeup Revolution, and I grabbed this little eyeshadow palette. There are 8 shades that are 0.03 ounces per shade, and this guy is made in China. So this is the box packaging. It's super cute, and I really liked the color story that was in here. So it's a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure, and it does have a mirror in there. And then here are your shades. You kind of have 4 mattes. One of the mattes is a matte base with some sparkles in it, and then 4 shimmer shades. And the quality on this is really nice. This one in particular is not a standalone for me because there aren't really highlight shades in here. But when I incorporate just a champagne or a brow bone type of shade in with this, the looks are really, really pretty. Like lovely little palette from Revolution. There were some little character embossings in the shadows too, but I think I've since worn them down. And then these bottom shades. And I think this was only $8 too, which is pretty affordable. Like those shiny shades got this really pretty sheen to them, sparkle in them. So that guy there is the Makeup Revolution, and Finding Nemo. I don't know if this particular one has got a shade, but it's the one with the turtle on the front. And then I got this Physicians Formula Butter Glow Pressed Powder in Translucent Glow. It's a Muru Butter Pressed Powder, 0.26 ounces of product in here. And this guy is made in China. So this is the box packaging. And I got this because I wanted to see what kind of a finishing powder it would be. I kind of could tell by looking at it, it wasn't going to be like shiny enough for me to want to use as a highlighter on my face, and it's going to be too glowy to use as a setting powder, like directly over unset foundation, you know. So I was like, I wonder what that's going to look like buffed all over the skin as a finishing powder, much like I use the Guerlain Meteorites. And I do have this buffed all over the skin as a finishing powder today, and I think that it looks really pretty. It's not overly shiny at all. And when I first got it out of the box and I swatched it, I was like, ooh, that might be too shiny, but it's not. Like, I used a great big fluffy brush. This one is a Chikuhodo one. Just swirled it in there and buffed it all over my face like I typically do with the Meteorites, and it looks really pretty. So it's just got this nice little slight sheen with a bit of pigmentation to it. Again, too subtle for me to want to use as a highlighter, but like if I buff this on the skin like this, you can kind of see right there the glow that it gives your skin, and it looks super nice. So I am glad that I picked this guy up. So that is the Translucent Glow Butter Glow Pressed Powder right there from Physicians Formula. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased this week. I also got in some really lovely PR packages. This first one I was so excited to get. I held off from ordering on the website just to see if it was coming in PR, because I don't really get notifications or anything like that, and I didn't want to like double up, but I was so excited that I got it. And I'm wearing the majority of the color and stuff on my face is from this collection. And this is the Wet n Wild Alice in Wonderland collection. And it has got some of the cutest packaging, even the box that it comes in. And they sell this box with all of these products on the website as well. And there's also a couple additional items I saw yesterday when I looked on there that are also from this collection but not included in this box. But let me kind of get into it here. I'll start off with the highlighter. It's called Curiouser and Curiouser Highlight Palette. There are 4 like strip shades in here. 0.35 ounces of product, and this guy is made in China. These are not stickers on the packaging. They are actually like on the packaging, so they don't like peel off or anything like that. And this is the highlighter that I have on my cheeks today, and I want to re-up on my sponges, and I think that I want to buy a backup of this because it's really, really pretty. The quality on the like the actual formulations of this collection are really, really great. Like, they're newer formulas, in my opinion, from Wet n Wild than we've seen in a really long time. And this highlighter has got big enough strips in it. Well, all 3 of the face products have big enough strips in it where if you were to take a brush like this, you could individualize the colors. So like today I used the Detail Pro from Sonia G, and I did just go like this when I used it, but you can easily fit it in the strips if you wanted those colors. So I'm going to swatch the individual shades first here. They're so shiny and so pretty. And they've got like this creamy factor to them as well. Look how pretty that is. And then I'll just do a swatch of all the shades, which is what I did on my cheeks today. It kind of turns out like this lavender pinky color all mixed together. But again, it's just super pretty. So that one there is the Curiouser and Curiouser highlight palette right there. And then we've got the Talk to Flowers blush palette. I mixed all 4 of these shades for a blush on my cheeks today as well, and it turns out really pretty. There are some satin matte strips and some shimmer strips in here. This is also 0.35 ounces of product, and it's also made in China. And you've got your little characters on there. So I'll just do the same thing, because I do think with the right brush you can individualize these shades as well. And again, I just mixed them all together, which I'll do on that finger right there. So that guy is the Talk to Flowers blush palette right there. And then we have the T Anyone bronzer palette, 0.35 ounces in this one again, and it's made in China. This one has also got the 4 strips in there. I again swirled all the shades together, and that's the bronzer that I've got on my skin. It has a really nice sheen, but it's not like overly sparkly or anything like that, because you've got like these 2 shades are satins, and then these ones in the center are like satin shimmers. And it's not overly orange or anything like that either. It's just a really nice glowy bronze. Yeah, and I really like all 3 of these products. I have got all of these on my face today. And the formulation, they have like this kind of silky feeling factor to them, which is really nice quality. So that one there is the T Anyone bronzer. And then we have got the liquid eyeliner in Silly Nonsense. This is how cute the packaging is. So it's one of those pen liners, and this is a really pretty shimmering pink. It's actually that little bit of shine that you see right there on the inner portion of my lid is this pen. And it does have Alice in her little glass on it as well. And then I'll just swatch this up here. It's got a really nice kind of sparkle to it. I'm going to shake it a little better and try to get a little bit better swatch on there. I had it laying like this, and typically with pens like this I point them down so the formula stays down in the tip, but it's not wanting to come out super easy now that it's been sitting flat, but that's what it looks like. It's got a really pretty shine to it. So hopefully when I put it in my little like liner cup or whatever, and I put it downwards, it'll flow a little bit better, because again, I do really like the way that it looks on the inner portion of my lid. So that's the liquid liner right there. And then there's a lip gloss in the shade We Sing 2. This guy is made in Mexico, and there's 0.11 fluid ounces of product. And I haven't worn this guy, so let's put some on over what I've got on my lips today and see kind of what it looks like over the top. Oh, it smells like candy, which I like. And that is a pretty color. It's got nice pigmentation to it as well. Gosh, that looks like extra shiny in the viewfinder especially, but it actually is that shiny in real life too. So that's a really pretty gloss as well. So that is the We Sing 2. And it's not super sticky. It almost feels again like one of those gloss oil hybrids, which are my favorite type of gloss products when they're not like super goopy and sticky and they almost have like a nourishing factor to it. And that's what this feels like. It's not like super sticky, almost again gloss oil hybrid. There's also the Can You Imagine glitter mascara. Cutest packaging ever. This guy here has got a total 0.35 fluid ounces of product, and this guy's made in Mexico. And I do have this guy run through my brows, and I used to use glitter mascaras a ton back in the day to comb through my brows to have glitter brows. So that's what I did today. It's pretty sparse. I didn't use like a super ton of it, but if you can see that little extra sparkle that's in my brows, it's this guy right here, and that's how I will continue to use it. It's a very multifaceted glitter in there, so you've got like blue and pink and silver and some green, just a lot of different colors. And this is what the wand looks like. Let's get some right here so you can kind of see what the colors look like right there. So that is the glitter mascara. I probably won't use it on my lashes, but I will continue to use it in my brows. I forgot to swatch the gloss on my hand by itself without just putting it on, just so you guys can see the pigment here. It's got like this really light nude pink pigment to it. I have got a massive amount. I was playing with Phoebe earlier. That's probably why my shirt is like covered in cat hair. So now I had to pull it off of the wand. But anyway, I wanted to swatch that because there's another like lip and cheek product in here. This is the lip and cheek color in This Way. This one's also made in Mexico and has 0.22 ounces of product in it. And this is one of those kind of whipped, kind of moussey formulations. So you're supposed to be able to use it on your cheeks and then also on your lips. I have not used this one just yet. I use those other products. But I should have used this one on my lips, but I went in with the lipstick. It's got like this silicone factor to it, and as you can see when I'm like buffing it out, it almost blurs a bit from that silicone style formulation. So that one is the lip and cheek color in This Way right there. And then the lipstick is in Painted Roses. You do have to be careful because these don't go all the way down, so when you put the cap back on, not to hit the bullet. And this is a really pretty color, and it's also a really pretty formulation. It's really creamy and feels nice on the lips as well. I had this on originally, and then I wanted to kind of lighten it up, so I mixed in MAC's Creme de Nude. Yeah, that's what I had. So I've got a combination of this lipstick and Creme de Nude, and then I just put that gloss on as well. But like really full on, really pretty, like orange with a bit of a red hue to it. So that's the lipstick in Painted Roses right there. That guy has got 0.15 ounces of product, and that one is made in China. There is also a liquid eyeshadow, and this is in Daydreaming. This one's got 0.17 fluid ounces of product, and this one is made in Mexico. And how cute is this packaging? Again, none of these are stickers. They're actually on the packaging itself, which is my preferred like decorative packaging, not stickers. But this is actually really pretty like shimmery shade too. I've only swatched this one. I have not worn it, but based off of when I swatched it, it's set down pretty strong. So I think it's going to be one of those long wearing types. And you can see even when I just like patted it on with the wand, it didn't get streaky. Like it went on pretty even and opaque just swiping it like that. So it's pretty, got a nice pigmentation to it, you know. Really pretty shiny pink. That would look really pretty on the lips. I should try it. So that is the Daydreaming. Again, it is the liquid eyeshadow. And then there's a little hand mirror. It says We're All Mad Here. It's the Cheshire Cat. And it is super, super cute. Let's take it out of the packaging. It's like that thicker kind of rubber. Super, super cute little mirror there. It's like flexible. This would be like handy to throw in your bag or something like that, and I don't think you'd have to worry about it breaking. And then we've also got the Alice in Wonderland Mad Tea Party 4-piece makeup brush set. This is what this guy looks like right here. I will pull them out. These are also made in China. And these are really similar to the quality of the Sesame Street collection, where they're a plastic and they're pretty lightweight, but they're a really soft synthetic. And these are the type of synthetics that run soft all the way to the bristle, so they don't have like a texture to them. So they're good for like loose powder products and stuff like that. If you were to go in with a synthetic kind of like this on something that's firmly pressed, it's going to probably start to create hard pan because this is so soft, brushing over like a hardly pressed product, if that makes sense. But these brushes are super cute. Right here. So here's the powder brush. This one's circular all the way around, and again, very, very soft. It's got a pink hint on the end of the bristles. And then there is a blush brush that's pinched and also angled right there. And then we've got this flat shader eyeshadow brush, and then a circular all the way around blender brush. And so like this one here's got a little hair kind of, or a little bristle kind of sticking up. I was able to pull that longer bristle out, but sometimes you can't just pull them out. So what I do is I pluck my brush. If I get a bristle in any of my brushes that sticks out longer, it like bothers me. So I just take a tweezer and I pull it out. So I pluck my brush. But anyway, really, really cute brush set as well that comes in that set. And then this eyeshadow is definitely one of those long wearing shadows. Like it doesn't want to move. And then lastly in the set that I got is the Lost in Wonderland Eye and Face palette. This guy here has got 15 eyeshadows in it. There's a total of 0.67 ounces of product. And this guy here is made in China. I love the graphics that are on there. Again, not stickers, they're on the actual packaging. This one here, for like their 15-pound palettes, he's got one of the best formulas I've experienced in this format from them since. Like this is the eyeshadow palette that I've got on my eyes today. I tapped on a bit of this glitter. I've got this shade on the lid. I put a little bit of this guy, which is quite flaky, but it's got a very like strong reflect to it. I've got that just on the inner portion. I put this black matte with sparkles in it in the crease, blended it out with this pink and this pink, and then I dipped between this really bright cream white and this shade for underneath the brow. And I just love the look that came out of this palette, and it was really like easy to work with. So the quality of the shadows is pretty darn good. These two are pressed glitters, but they have a binder to them that holds really well. I did have one little piece of Rogue glitter on my cheek right here, and I was able to brush it off, but that's kind of all between the brow glitter and then the tapping on of this glitter on my lid. I don't have a ton of like glitter on my face or anything, so they have a good binder in them. So hopefully you can see in the swatches here. But I was really impressed. I have had some palettes where I'm able to get really pretty looks out of them and stuff, but I have to work with them a little bit more, or there's some shades in there that are pressed quite firm. Overall, these shades are pretty good. See, that's that one that's a bit flaky, but look how reflective it is. So I'm kind of hoping, this is a glitter, I'm kind of hoping that Wet n Wild kind of sticks down this formulation path because it's quite nice. These guys. This is another glitter right here. And then these last three shades. Oh, camera's trying not to focus. That like little combination gives me Tom Ford Body Heat vibes. And yeah, this is the eyeshadow palette that I've got on my eyes today. I think it's really pretty and it's really fun. So again, that is the Wet n Wild Lost in Wonderland Eye and Face palette right there. And like a huge thank you to Wet n Wild for sending over this collection. It's so pretty. I'm going to keep the box and use it to like store stuff in, because that is also like a really pretty box. Such a fun collection though. I also got in this massive box from L'Oreal. I didn't know this was coming either, so it was a surprise when I had opened it up. But they sent over some skincare products, a makeup product, and also some hair products that really surprised me. So I'll start off with the makeup products. And this is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum Foundation. They sent over 2 shades. One is much too yellow for me, but the one shade, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. But I actually purchased this foundation and I really loved the way that it looked on the skin. It wore really well. It was lightweight. It wasn't drying. It just was really flattering on the skin, but it broke me out. And typically these serum-y, silicone-y, thin formulas of foundations, they do that to me. So unfortunately, I will pass these on because they broke me out. But if you don't have like a sensitivity to that thin silicone type of formulation, I think that you'll really like them. Yeah, that was the only thing. At the end of the day, I was like, wow, my skin still looks really good, but I had some breakouts. So that was unfortunate because it is a pretty foundation. And the whole theming behind the PR box is like hyaluronic acid. So they sent over 3 of their skincare products, the Revitalift Micro Hyaluronic Acid plus Ceramides Line Plumping Water Cream. It's a 1.7 ounce jar. I have not used this yet. I have quite a few moisturizers open at the moment, but I do want to try that. I want to try it by itself first, and if it's not enough, like without my belief, then I'll probably use it almost like I use like serums and then layer it underneath something thicker. They also sent over their 1.5 Pure Hyaluronic Acid Serum, and I had this and used quite a bit of it some years back, because I don't believe this one is a new product unless they upped the hyaluronic acid that's in there, but it's a 1 ounce fluid serum. And I found that when I used that serum on my skin with the hyaluronic acid, sometimes hyaluronic acid will make my skin feel dry and sometimes it won't, and I think that depends on the humidity in the air. So right now it's really humid, so if I put something with hyaluronic acid on my skin, I think my skin will be really like plump from it because there's so much moisture in the air. Whereas in the winter time, the hyaluronic acid products, they almost make my skin feel dry because they're sucking moisture out of my skin into the drier air because there's not a lot of moisture in the air. So anyway, they also sent over this 2.5 hyaluronic acid and caffeine eye serum. This one is a newer product. This is fragrance free, as is the other one. It's got this little like, they're like little, let me open it up and show you guys, because I have used this product. I haven't used it consistently, but I paired it underneath like my thicker eye creams. It's got this very interesting little applicator with rolling little silver massager balls or whatever in it. And I didn't use those because I wasn't gonna like, I feel like it's too much product, so I just use my finger and grab some and then tap it underneath. And again, I haven't used it consistently enough and long enough to be able to tell a difference, but I didn't have any reactions or anything like that from the product. So I'll continue to kind of play around with this guy, and that's a new one from the range. And then the products that surprised the heck out of me are the Elvive Hyaluronic Plus Plump 72-hour hydrating shampoo, conditioner, leave-in serum, and then also like this micellar rinse. And I just wanted to use it. I don't have super blonde hair right now. I want to get it done, but I'm just hesitating because it's just not my favorite thing to do. But I do like being blonde. So I just was like, oh, let me try this out and see how it goes. And I was so surprised when I was in the shower with how not only the shampoo, but then the conditioner and the micellar water, it's like a rinse or whatever. I'll show you in a minute. It like felt so silky smooth. My comb like went through my hair like so nicely, and my hair felt really nice as well. So I kind of used the oils that I've been trying to buy to dupe the original one and only argan oil from Sally's, and using those oils, even though they're not the same, they're not my favorite, they actually worked really well when I used these products. So there's a conditioner and then also a shampoo. You can see I've used a fair amount of this, and then after you shampoo, you take, and I go from about right here, I got a whole lot here, go from like right here down, and you're supposed to take this micellar rinse and then squeeze it in there and massage it in for like 8 seconds. And I was like, oh, whatever, that ain't gonna do anything. Again, so silky soft, right? So I really like this as well. It's called the 8-second Wonder Water La Mellar Rinse Out Free Flowing Hair 6.8 fluid ounce bottle. And really like this product as well. I didn't expect that either. And the fourth product from the range is the Elvive Hyaluron Plus Plump 2% Hyaluronic Care Complex Replumping Serum. 2 times hydration, leave-in for dry dehydrated hair, 4.4 fluid ounces. So this is the leave-in, and again, when I use this, I use all this stuff together, and I did use like a hair oil as well. But this one here has got soybean oil and also coconut oil in it. So I didn't realize that when I first put it on, and I did get some breakouts around the hairline, but my hair felt really nice when I used it. It's a heavier product, and when I used it the first time, I used too much. So just a little bit lighter on this and the oil when I use all these products together, because they are very hydrating. But I do have to be careful with this one around the hairline, so when I use this moving forward, I'll just use it kind of from here downwards so that I don't kind of get hairline breakouts, you know. But this was pretty nice as well, and I like the range so much that when I was in Walmart yesterday, I bought the big liters, which I didn't know that they made, and these are only $9, and they're so nice. So when I go black blonde again, I'll probably end up getting some Redken blondage, just because that purple really tones out, and I also like it when it kind of stains my hair purple as well. And this one has got a slight purple tint, but nothing compared to like those purple shampoos and conditioners like the Bravage or the Redken blondage. So in the interim, for $8 something and some change for these great big liters, I was like, and the way that it makes my hair feel, I'm just all about it. Because the Redken liters went from $40 to $50, like no $45 or $46, like from $40 to $50, like a $10 increase, and that's a lot of money for shampoo and conditioner. I've got a lot of hair, thick, really long hair, so I go through it pretty quickly. And for these being as good as they are, and as inexpensive as they are, and for how nice they make my hair feel, I'm just like over the moon about it. So yeah, I got 1 shampoo and then 2 liters of the conditioner, and I was gonna grab the micellar or lamellar rinse as well, but that was sold out, and I actually bought the last 2 conditioners. So I think it's a pretty popular product, and I told my mom about it. She also purchased them, and she loves it as well. They're just so nice and so affordable, and I'm just like, wow, the money that I will save from purchasing Redken liters at $50 compared to $9. So anyway, a massive thank you to L'Oreal for sending over this hyaluronic acid package. Had it not been for that, I'd have probably never discovered these Elvive products, which are super nice. The Elvive hair products also have a fragrance to them, but they're not as strong, and they didn't linger in my hair as much as that it was the Pure and the Orange that I'd hauled a couple weeks back that they also sent me, which I like those products as well, but these ones are like much more silky. That one had a really strong fragrance to it that kind of lingered in my hair. This one doesn't. It's got a fragrance again, but it's not super strong. And that is everything that I have for my haul today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a happy and safe 4th of July. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.